Hey YouTube, it's Taki with TaqiTech. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm just kind of refactoring here. First off, I decided, I'm making a design decision here, and we're not going to do combo names at this point. The idea kind of lost its value for me. I really don't see a need for me to say 80 names and then it gives me a 40 male, 40 female, however we would have decided how to divide that out. It's just seems to be simpler to me. It doesn't seem like it's worth us being able to put it into one box rather than two. I think it's better to put it into two boxes and let the person who is using it decide how they want to separate out the male and the female names. I think that if we are able to finish up the rest of these, if we decide to do all of these, I think that a better function would be like reverse. If we do a last name then first name, which would be really easy to do, and it would actually add to the project because there are some times when you need to have that last name first. The other thing is middle initial. So I'd rather spend time doing that than going on to combo. Which now that we're getting rid of combo, and here let me just do it now. Delete cells. Here we go, and we'll just shift cells up. Now that we're getting rid of combo, that design that's going to impact our design a little bit. So let's see here. Another thing that I did, so I said got rid of combo option. So I made our if statements a little bit easier to read. And how I did that, I call them pretty if statements. It's kind of like if you're familiar with pretty links, Google it if you're not familiar with it. It's outside the scope of this discussion for me to kind of explain it. But to make things a little bit more shorter, I basically made it a function what the function does is it returns a boolean. A boolean is a data value in computer programming that returns either true or false, kind of what we were looking for here. So basically, let me get back up here to where we were. So when we go to both male and female names, when we go to that function, it goes down here and it basically evaluates our if statement. And if it returns a true, then it comes back and it says true here, and then we go through these lines of code. If it comes back false, then we skip that. We go on to the next one. So here we go, and I made one for both male and female names, and I made one for only male names, and we didn't need to do one for only female names because we have an else there. And I'm not sure if this is going to survive the refactoring here. I kind of wanted to jump in here and kind of explain what I've done with the project so far, just because I don't want it to get too far ahead with my refactoring here. I knew there was going to be a lot of refactoring when I originally wrote the project, and basically I was just writing the project in order to get it to work, and that's mainly your main objective each time. Okay, so let's so I think that's pretty much where. Oh, I wanted to run through the project a few times here. So let's do male names, 10 male names only, no female names, and let's make sure it runs correctly. So we'll call this one Green Bay Packers. And click OK. And Excel doesn't really run. I've noticed that the 365 or 2016 version, it shows you incorrect things sometimes. But basically, we have 10 names here. It says male names at the top, so that seems to be working great. Now let's just do only female names. So we're going to put a 0 here. And if you don't put a 0 there, the if else statements won't work anymore because it's evaluating if it's greater than 0. So, and we'll get into if you go into data and you go into data validation, we can force users to enter numbers here, and we'll get into that later on as well. Not the next video, but in future videos. So now we're going to let's do 2 female names just to make it easy here. And Excel's acting kind of funny with me. I'm just going to hit gate data here. Best female tag team. I can't even think of female wrestling tag teams anymore. We'll just call Salt and Pepper. Okay. And we'll go here. The only reason why I'm doing this here is just because Excel is acting kind of funny. So here's our two female names up at the top. There are, let me hit escape quick. There are, it doesn't say names, it doesn't say male names, it says female names. So everything is running great so far. Let's do 7 males, 2 females. We'll call this Justice League. All right. Just going to click on names real quick just to kind of clear things off. I'm going to hit escape to get rid of the dancing ants. Here's our 2 female names and our 7 male names. Perfect, 7. Okay, so that's it for this video. The next video, we're going to continue refactoring inside of that. We're going to kind of clear things up here. Basically, we're kind of using the same line of code here. I want to make sure that everything is cleared up. And if that doesn't take too much time, if we could kind of, I'm just going to kind of look through the rest of this here to make sure we're on solid ground here. That doesn't take up too much time. Then we will start moving into age, weight, height. We'll go back over into our random module that we initially created. And that's it for this time. Well, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If there's any comments you want to leave, make sure you do that. And if you like the content on this channel, make sure you subscribe. And thanks for watching. Until next time, take it easy.